I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just gonna start. Greetings, great risings, cousins, one band, one sound. Right now I'm just clearing the space. You want to start off, before you do any sort of work, you want to start off by making sure that you're in a good headspace. You're in a good energetic space. Apologies if you hear a noise in the background. They're doing shit in the alley. I don't know what they're doing. But, okay. So, as said in the ingredients, you should have a couple of things. We're going to start off with, I'm just going to show you all of the ingredients. So I got some organic coconut milk. You can use any kind of milk. I'm just not using animal byproduct at the moment, but you could use regular milk, like cow milk, goat milk, condensed milk. You want it to be as white as possible though, so I would just suggest the more whiter milks. So coconut milk, Florida water. This is Florida water. This is flower essence water. A lot of you guys might have, if you've ever been to like Queen's live events, you see that she and others will like cover themselves in Florida water. If you haven't, Florida water is basically like a covering, a cleansing water. If you were to use it on yourself, you're going to just kind of like, you're putting your hands and you're going to cover your body and swipe it off. It's going to let go of all the negative energy. I have a couple different Florida waters to show you. So this is the basic one, the base level one. Then they have Florida waters for different orishas, right? So this is Yemaya. We got Oshun. Then we have some for different spiritual materials, such as this is a Palo Santos, Karamis. I have one for the 7 African Power. We have rose water, orange blossom. Get the gist. This is Kananga water. This is a water that you would use to appease the spirits. There are some of them like Kanga water, tobacco water. Tobacco water would be great for this process as well. I just don't have any on hand, so I'm going to use a mix of these two, as well as my regular Florida water. A white flower. I got a white rose there. And Casacaria, Efun. Either way, this is ground up eggshells. It's grounded up into a powder form. Another thing that I would say is necessary is some sort of sage or some Karamis, also known as Palo Santos. At the moment, we have white sage burning. We have some Karamis. And another thing, you're going to need a container. Some added items that I would suggest, or added items that I use on my own bath, are oils. These are my wife's oils. This is for protection and abundance, and this is for inner love. So we're going to use those in the bath. Some herbs. I have some, this is dried, yeah. Some dried eucalyptus. And some dried lavender. For me, it's a big thing for me to put honey in a lot of my products. So honey is definitely a must. 1 second. Need some water. Okay, so the purpose of a white bath is basically to cleanse the mind, the soul, the body, the auric field. You're gonna use this bath either once a week or once every 2 weeks to keep up with your spiritual practice. Now, everyone has sheesh, excuse me. Okay, so everyone has a little bit of empath in them. What I mean by that is that we soak up negative energy, or energies in general, but for the most part predominantly negative energy, on a regular basis. And we know what time we're in, you know, so as the negative energies are being released, we're being attacked on all sides, and a lot of the times it gets built up, and we can even find ourselves projecting negativity because of the energy that we take on, without recognizing that it's not us, it is the energy outside of us. So with that being said, white baths are really good for cleansing your energy on a regular basis so that you can have a fresh restart. I would say Sunday is like a really good day to make these baths so that you can start your week fresh. Also reflect. It would be, I feel like when you're doing any sort of spiritual practice, you want to do a multitude of things and use them in conjunction to make sure that you're aligned. So what I mean by that is, I feel like you should, while you're doing things like taking these baths, you should also be, like I was going to say, reflecting. Sunday's a good day to reflect on your shadow self, on certain things that you may not be paying attention to. A good day to journal, to write things out. And I feel like when you take these baths, you'll be able to feel the difference between your energy and what's not your energy. And you will also have the opportunity, knowing how to make these baths, how to regulate your energy, you know, and separate yourself from negativity. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how to make this bath. This is a bath that you would take right before bed. And when you go to sleep, or before you go to sleep, you want to make sure that you dress in white and you cover your crown in all white. If anything, I would say you can cover your crown and you can go to sleep naked, but it would be best to not wear any other colors. If you do tend to wear colors like black to go to sleep, I would suggest transitioning over into some lighter colors. It would just be more helpful for protection as you astral project, since we often do so when we rest. So yeah, so I'm going to teach you how to make this in a way where you can then put it away for the night and come back to it. So I have this jar. Anytime that you have a container that you're going to put a spiritual product in, you want to cleanse it. So I'm going to burn some caramels. Anybody who works with Apollo knows sometimes it's hard to get it lit, but alright, you got a thick heavy smoke. Now you're going to turn your jar upside down. If you washed it, make sure you get all that water out. You're going to fill this jar up with smoke. I want this to be a little thicker, so I'm going to use this Palo, and I'm also going to use some regular sage. Like I said, we're gonna fill this jar up with smoke. Put that right there. And as you can see, the jar still has some smoke in it. I'm gonna close it up until we're ready to use it. Next thing is to fill up your pot because we're going to boil this. I'm gonna bring y'all over to my stove. All right. So, utilizing 1 cup, we're gonna put 2 cups of water, regular water in it. So it's 1 cup. 2 cups. All right. I'll be right back. I have 1 ingredient I'm missing. So, in this water bottle, I have some river water. So in the ingredient list, I suggested that if you can, find you some natural water, some ocean water, some river water, some rain water. Someone suggested moon water, that you like sit under the moon and let it charge. That's perfect for this as well. As long as you set your specific intentions for that moon water and you know what you're utilizing it for, that's perfect. So I would say we're gonna add, and this is something that I don't measure. From this point on, we don't have any measurements. So we're gonna do about as much as you feel, a splash of that natural water. Then we're going to do a splash of Florida water. More than a splash. I'm going to use some Kango water. Apologies. And a little bit of Palo Santo's water. Certain waters you can actually fill up the top of your container and just put that in there. So a cap full of the Palo Santo water. At this point, this is when I'm going to add in my coconut milk or any milk of your choosing. Do not want to break a nail. Don't even need it. I'm going to pour the whole can in there. Alright, so at the moment we have 2 cups of water. We have about a splash of the natural water. We have a splash of regular Florida water, and then we have a splash of Kango water, or we'll say a cap full of Kanango water, and a cap full of Palo Santo's water. We're just gonna stir that up. At the moment, I am stirring it clockwise. If any of you guys took the portals class, at this point I have been utilizing this information for a while, but we're going to get rid of negative energy by doing it clockwise. So I'm just going to stir clockwise. Next thing I'm going to add is some honey. I always taste the honey before I pour it in, so if you know where that's from, comment below. Alright. I didn't really necessarily put a measurement on that, but as you can see, you know, put a couple swirls of that honey in there. A lot of these things is based off on what you feel. It may not necessarily be exact measurements. So the next thing that I'm going to use is the oils. So this is the Inner Love oil. Just gonna shake it up real quick. A couple drops of that. And the Abundance and Protection oil. Drops of that. You can use regular essential oils. You can use oil blends that you make or have purchased. Anything with the intention of giving you positive energy, you know, raising your vibrations. I'm being called to put some Yemaya water in there. A lot of the times I use a lot of ocean energies. The ocean is the best cleanser that you could possibly utilize. So using ocean water or working with ocean deities will make your baths or any work that you do more powerful. So I'm just going to use a little bit of Yemaya water. And even if at the moment you're doing this with me or something like that, you can definitely do your bath in with whatever products you have, and then with time, if you feel like you're called to purchase more things to add to it, to put some oomph in it, I would suggest working with energies that you feel called to working with. There's no right or wrong way of going about this. So next I'm actually going to use some Efun. Like I said, this is Efun is ground up eggshells. It's used for protection. This is something that you would definitely want to have in your bath. This is something that you can utilize in a multitude of ways. You can put it over, like let's say if you create sigils, you can utilize this to create sigils on your walls or things of that nature. You can use some on your third eye, the back of your neck, to keep energies from trying to like mess with you. That's the best way I can describe that one. It's a little deeper than that, but best way to utilize it, if you've never utilized it, would be to put it in your bath. So I'm just gonna scrape off some. There's no certain amount that you can use. I'm scraping off a little bit of the top layer. This is how it comes in these little like ketchup cups. It looks like chalk. It comes off like chalk. Very finely ground. Once again, stirring in a clockwise motion to get rid of negative energies. And now we're going to use our flowers. So my flower was kind of, she's getting old. So I'm going to get rid of anything that looks like it's yellowing a little bit and only utilize the more wider petals. And if you remember from the beginning, I spoke about how you can utilize some other herbs to make this bath more like basically more catered to you and your purposes. So I have trouble sleeping sometimes, and of course now this is lavender, by the way. That's what I should have said first and foremost. Lavender is the perfect herb for if you have trouble sleeping. So but it also is a protective herb. It also is a romantic herb. So I utilize it for multiple purposes to continue on that romantic energy, to be able to sleep better. Since you're going to utilize this bath before you go to sleep, you want to make sure that you kind of bring in that energy to help you. And the last herb that I'm going to use is some dried up eucalyptus. Another super protector. You can buy these herbs from different places. I've bought some from Trader Joe's. I've bought some from local flower shops, or even your local botanica, which is basically a spiritual shop that would normally they're based around the different Orisha / saints. If you know anything about Santeria, you know the Orishas were sanctified when they had brought them over from Africa to the Americas, and so that they would be able to work with them, they covered them with these different saints from the Catholic religion. So most of the time these botanicas, they have like saints, but the saints are actually these different orishas. So at this point, now that I've put in my lavender, I've put in my eucalyptus, and I put in my white flowers, I'm going to start to turn it counterclockwise, and I want to bring in whatever energies I just set the intentions for, you know, utilizing these different herbs. So we're coming close to the end of making this bath, and just checking to make sure I have all my herbs. Yeah, we're coming to the end of this bath, and I would say now is the time to make your prayers, to set your intentions over your bath. Before you actually pour this bath, because I just realized I didn't explain that. So as this is kind of like, you know, simmering, I will do that. So when you utilize this bath, you are not sitting in this bath. You are making this bath for you to pour over your head when you shower. So you're going to wash your entire body. If you're going to wash your hair that day, wash your hair. You're going to take this bath, which it will be sitting in a container, in a bowl somewhere. If you put it in the refrigerator, you might want to heat it up a little before you pour it over your head. I would just say that because it is shocking to have a colder version of this poured over you. But to be honest, that is something that would work, you know, bringing in the cool water energy, which is clearing. So when you wash yourself, you're going to set an intention before you pour this bath over your head of peace of mind, clearing all negative energies and or entities that are attached to the negative energy, allowing you to sleep peacefully, to live peacefully, to be peaceful, and also bring calmness to you. Now, if you add a couple other things to the bath, let's say if you want abundance or you want protection, definitely say that within your prayer before you pour it over your head. Then you're going to pour it over your head. If you have a couple of little pieces, let's say if the lavender gets stuck in your hair, or some eucalyptus or something gets stuck in your hair, keep it just for the night. Allow it to sit and allow the energy to get stuck in your hair, because your hair holds your magic, it holds your power. So you definitely want to allow it to kind of like submerge itself in that moment. And in the morning you can take it out and stuff, but I would say allow it to sit. You know, it's not going to kill you to have a couple herbs in your bed at night, you know. And when you're done, thank Yehuda, thank Mother Adina, thank Spirit. Give gratitude. Apologies. Give gratitude to Yehuda. Give gratitude to Mother Adina. Give gratitude to Spirit, to all your ancestors and guides. And one more time before you go to bed, pray for protection from the north, south, east, west, and all the spaces in between, for you to be in a covered ball of protection. And then know that you're protected, and that's it. So I'm gonna give you guys a little look on what this would look like if I could flip this. So this is what the bath looks like at the moment. Stirring it clockwise now to bring in positivity, high vibrations, protection, peace, and love. As you can see, it is steaming. You don't want to have this cooked any longer than this, so you're gonna turn it off. And that's it. So much gratitude for everyone who came on and everyone who's going to watch this later on in the day. I really hope that this was helpful for you. And just remember that all of the negativity and the energies that are being released, they are going to confuse you. They are going to make you feel like you don't know yourself and you don't know your energy. And this is why we need to take the time to meditate, to care for ourselves and our higher self, to know our higher selves. So I really implore you to utilize this, to utilize the candle magic that Blue China gave us, and the different herbs, to utilize our cousin London's meditations, and to just put all these things together. And these are tools, you know, utilize your tools. We know that there's more energy to come, and we just got to be ready. We got to be grounded within our energy so that we know how to battle and combat the negativity, and we will. So I say to my cousins, and I hope you have an amazing day.